YouTube, what's good? Welcome back. We are back with some more FNAF content. I know this was supposed to be the FNAF Map Pack Part 2 video, but you guys told me, you're like, yo, you don't know shit about FNAF. So how about you watch the FNAF video from Foot of a Ferret or something like that? Link in the description to the original video. Yeah, so this is what we're going to watch, and then we'll go back to the Map Pack series and we'll watch Part 2 and Part 3 and Part 4. Y'all went crazy on the love on that that Map Pack video, so thank y'all so much for that. Bringing that energy to this video. Make sure you leave a like, it helps out a ton. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with this one, because I was kind of confused in that, so I guess this is probably gonna help me out a little bit.
So our goal is to present you guys a complete recap of the entire core FNAF storyline, or at least as much as we can without delving into too many unconfirmed theories or things that could suddenly be totally rewritten by a new book, or a new game, or new movie, or decorative birthday party
I'm here.
napkin
Show
with
me,
hidden
tell me.
text that only appears after you wipe your mouth 5 times. And FNAF is infamously frustrating when it comes to deciphering its lore, but I think once you boil it all down, the story might not be as complicated as you think. It's weird, don't get me wrong, but we're not talking about Kingdom Hearts here.
But first,
wait, is Kingdom Hearts confusing? No, we're about to play that soon.
Be sure to hit the big red subscribe button right below this video and ring the little gray bell next to it. That makes sure you get notified every time I upload in the future. It's a big help for my channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, there's plenty of really cool Foot of a Ferret merch for sale at the link in the description or in this little banner right below this video.
It's been 3 minutes.
Just the time. Well, it certainly was for these two guys named William Afton and Henry Emily. These guys are a couple of inventors specializing in building robots and animatronics. They're also family
I remember
men.
that show.
William has a wife,
I forgot what it was called, but I
and
remember
2 sons, while Henry has a daughter named Charlotte. So we got 2 groovy 70s dudes building robots to support their families. But there's just one little snag. William Afton is a crazy person. I'm not really sure why.
This is all stuff we kind of already knew.
William Afton has this insatiable desire to
what we learned from Map Pack.
Kill children, but I'm sure that won't be a problem anytime soon. So instead, let's focus on this new restaurant in town that just opened, Fazbear's Family Diner. A small, locally owned family restaurant that commissions William and Henry to create some fun Chuck E. Cheese style animatronic mascots.
Well, that Chuck E. Cheese on the left is hurting, bro.
And a golden
that shit
rabbit
is like
named
nightmare
Bunny.
fuel.
Now, these are what are called spring lock animatronics, meaning they operate using, well, spring lock mechanisms, which are extremely dangerous. Boy, it sure is a good thing these are just robots and not mascot costumes or something. Hey, guess what? These are also mascot costumes meant to be worn by the employees of the restaurant.
Hell no, you could never pay me enough to wear that.
Come work at Fazbear's Diner. Sing songs. Entertain families. Try not to breathe too much inside of the Springlock animatronic suits, because even the slightest bit of moisture will cause the Springlock mechanisms to malfunction and clamp down on you, killing you outright.
Damn, you sneeze in that suit, you're dead. You cry in that suit, you're dead. You so much as like lick your lips in that suit, you're dead. Bro, like, what the hell?
Becomes a pretty popular spot for birthday parties, attracting some real good business. But things start going downhill real fast. So one night, Fazbear's is hosting a birthday party, and one of the kids attending is Henry Emily's daughter, Charlotte. But during the party, Charlotte accidentally gets locked outside in this dark alley behind the restaurant. Suddenly, a mysterious purple car drives up, and out steps William Afton, who kills Charlotte outside of Fazbear's Diner and gets away scot-free. William Afton, also known in the FNAF series as the Purple Guy, has claimed his first victim. Henry Emily has lost his daughter.
Where are they getting this purple, like,
disappear for a while,
from,
and Fazbear's has its first of many deaths tied to its name. Besides being a horrible, sad, terrible tragedy, it's also a PR nightmare. And the owners of Fazbear's were just like, nope, we're out, and they bailed, took the money and ran, sold off the Fazbear franchise to new owners who pulled the flip job of the century to create Fazbear Entertainment. Not only did they get Fazbear's back on its feet, but by 1983, they've turned the franchise into a bit of a multimedia empire with a TV show, action figures, plushies, and most importantly of all, a new sister location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. See, this newly revamped Fazbear franchise introduced a slew of new characters to the lineup. The TV show was named Fazbear and Friends.
I don't know, maybe it's just because it's the beginning, but as of right now, everything he's telling me, Map Pack told me that in the other video. So like, so far, I can see why y'all would want me to watch like this video first, because it's like a really quick version of like everything, and maybe in the end I'm gonna learn some stuff I haven't learned before. But so far, I feel like They both kind of said the same thing.
The chicken named Chica, a pirate fox named Foxy, and a non-golden bunny and bear named Bonnie, and of course, Freddy Fazbear. Y'all know these guys, right? Remember back in 2014 when FNAF was just these guys? Feels like decades. But yeah,
Gets
Freddy,
different later,
Bonnie,
for
Chica,
sure.
and Foxy become the faces of the new hit restaurant, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And things seem to be back on the up and up for Fazbear Entertainment, which of course means one thing: somebody's about to die.
While Freddy's is up and running, Fredbear's has gotten back to business as usual. Seems to be doing fine for itself since, you know, that one time a kid died. Enter William Afton's youngest son, the crying child. Why is he crying? Well, it's implied that he has a pretty intense fear of the animatronics his dad makes.
Yeah,
and his
'cause
older
his brother
brother,
used to make-
Michael Afton,
yeah.
really likes to torment the kid by dressing up as Foxy to jump scare him. The kid really just can't catch a break, man.
Bro,
He's
I'd be
clearly
scared of
terrified
Foxy
the
too, though.
animatronics, but is basically forced to be around them. Which leads us to one fateful day in 1983 where the crying child is celebrating his birthday at Fredbear's family diner. He's not having a great time, and his older brother decides to be a little cruel
Hold
to
on,
the
I just
kid.
thought about
He
that. Why would they make him celebrate his birthday at the freaking diner if he hates it there? It's like they don't even care. They was just trying to save money.
His friends, all
That's
crowd around the
wild.
crying child wearing character masks, lift him up and bring him to the main stage where Fredbear's performing. The crying child starts, well, crying and freaking out. The other kids then do what dumb kids do and take things way too far, putting the crying child inside Fredbear's mouth. Matt, I know
That's
you're the
still
numbers
wild
guy,
to me.
but I'm gonna take this one. Let's do the math here. One
That's still wild
Springlock
to me.
animatronic suit with a very low tolerance for moisture, plus one horrified child crying rivers of tears equals...
Yeah.
Was that the bite of 87?
No 2015 Markiplier, that was what's known as the bite of 83. William Afton's youngest son is
there's
munched by a
different
Golden
bites?
Freddy animatronic and
Wait,
dies.
is the bite of
Ooh,
87 the one where the girl gets bit from the middle section or whatever? Is that the bite of 87? Wait. Yeah. This is the bite of 83. Okay. Have we learned about the? If I haven't learned about it yet, I'll stop talking about it. I don't know if I learned about it yet. I probably haven't learned about it yet. Okay.
Birthday party.
Okay, for sure. My
Can
bad.
I say that? I don't know if I can say that. In the wake of this, Fazbear Entertainment decides the Springlock animatronic suits are just too dangerous to keep using. No, what gave you that idea? So our good friends Golden Freddy and Golden Bonnie are retired from Fredbear's Diner and sent off to the new restaurant, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, to be stored in their safe room. And then in walks William Afton. Now, you'd think after William Afton lost one of his kids to an animatronic he created, he would take a step back, reevaluate himself and what he's doing, and change his ways. But nah, if anything, the death of his own kid was a source of inspiration. So William goes to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and is just like, hey guys, why don't we all just not go into the safe room? You know, the safe room housing the dangerous child-killing animatronics I made? Yeah. In fact, why don't we just forget the safe rooms even exist, you know? We don't need security cameras in there, no. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and reprogram all the animatronics to not even recognize the safe room at all. Nothing suspicious going on here. And everyone just goes along with it. I'm sure that won't lead to anything horrible.
So a few years later, around 1985, something horrible happens. 5 kids mysteriously go missing at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and the animatronics start oozing and smelling.
Yeah, and that's when he
real
killed those
rank.
kids and he
Turns
lured
out
them.
William
All right.
Afton's been lurking around the pizzeria, using the decommissioned Spring Bonnie suit to lure kids into the safe room, kill them, and then hide their bodies inside the animatronic suits. Okay. Why? Where's the logic here? I get that you're kind of messed up, Mr. Afton, but what on earth are you hoping to accomplish by stuffing your victims into animatronics that are around dozens of people every single day? Naturally, this sparks an investigation
did
that
he do
eventually leads to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza
did
shutting
he do
down.
that?
So let's take a break from the robot bunnies and talk about something that's a little less scary. Clowns. Yeah, really. See, while William Afton was going around killing kids, he still found time to develop some animatronics here and there. And when he wasn't building terrifying robot animals, he was building terrifying
that
robot
chicken
people.
one is
All of them have this
disgusting,
creepy
bro.
circus theme, like this ballerina named Ballora, this balloon boy
What
named
the-
Balloon Boy, and most importantly, this little girl named Circus Baby. Afton also
Oh,
redesigned
yeah,
some of
Circus
the old
Baby. Yeah,
Fazbear
he
crew
told
to
me
fit the
about that one
circus
in another
vibes as
video.
well. All that, and he still finds time for his hobbies. How does he do it? These are the Funtime animatronics. Bright, shiny, happy. They seem harmless, right? Well, underneath the clown makeup were some interesting design choices.
Bro,
See, at this
hell
point,
nah,
Afton
that
has
is
seen how
freaky,
effective
bro.
his animatronics can be when it comes to helping commit his crimes. So he designed the Funtime crew with some advanced features that, to be frank, pretty sus, as if they're specifically designed to lure and kill children. I wonder what will happen.
Features like
now,
what?
the details get a little fuzzy
Hey,
here,
don't
especially
hit me,
in
I'm
terms of
scared.
the timeline, but from what I can tell, the plan was to have these animatronics available to rent out for birthday parties and events, housing them in this crazy underground storage facility. In addition, some of these animatronics were set to become the face of yet another Fazbear sister location, Circus Baby's Pizza World, set to swoop in and fill the hole in
always
the market
pizza, huh?
left when Freddy Fazbear's Pizza shut down. But that plan kind of fell through due to an accident involving William Afton's daughter. Because, surprise, when you make animatronics specifically designed to lure and kill kids while also having multiple kids of your own, those two things might just happen to overlap once.
Yeah.
Or twice.
Yeah,
So,
literally
right as
twice.
Circus Baby's Pizza World is set to open, Afton's daughter gets just a little too close to Circus Baby and is attacked by a claw that was programmed
that's what I
to
thought
shoot
the
out
other
from her
bite was.
torso.
But
This
I guess that's
kills
not a bite.
Afton's
That's more like
daughter
a...
and leads to Circus Baby's
I don't
Pizza
know.
World closing for good on its opening day. The Funtime animatronics are then packed up and sent back into storage, but they still move forward with the whole rental service
this
thing,
is I
creating
think from
Circus
this point
Baby's
on, this is all
Entertainment
new
and
stuff that I
Rental,
don't know.
meaning
I
these
think.
guys are still ready and waiting to be rented out for your next birthday party.
But hey, guess what? It's 1987 now. That's a great year. I'm sure
Okay,
nothing
bite of
could
87.
possibly go wrong in 1987. Damn it. Yeah, even with a handful of child murders under their belt, Fazbear Entertainment decided it was time to reboot their franchise after only 4
What?
years,
Hold
opening the
on.
new and
What's this one's name? Why they got her like, what the? Whoa. Whoa.
improved Freddy
Okay,
Fazbear's
Chica.
Pizza that we see in FNAF 2. The
Brother,
restaurant
what?
is bigger,
I don't-
there's
I'm not
new
saying
animatronics,
anything.
and there
I'm not
are all
saying
sorts of
anything.
extra
She's just
security
there.
measures put in place after what happened at the last place. For
Oh my
instance, there's the
God.
new toy animatronics all based on a series of Fazbear action figures. Yes, they're shiny. Yes, they're somehow cuter and creepier at the same time, but most importantly, the toy animatronics are packing some super advanced for the 80s facial recognition technology, scanning for potential predators. However, that doesn't stop William
Predators
Afton
like
from
who?
going for round 2, using the same exact spring body suit to lure and kill kids at the pizzeria. But this time, things are a little different. Afton commits his second series of murders, sparking yet another investigation of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So the
Second
restaurant
series
is just
of
about to
murders
close
is
down,
insane,
but first,
bro.
they got one last birthday party to host, which is a little worrying because the animatronics are going a bit funky.
Now, there's one pretty big detail about the FNAF lore we've not mentioned yet.
Oh, look
and it's
at
kind
that.
of
And
the
see, this
whole-
is why I'm scared to play these games, bro. Just look at how they looking at you, bro. No, that's mad freaky.
story. There's a pretty hard and fast rule in the FNAF world. If you are a kid killed by William Afton or any of his creations, your soul will undoubtedly go on to possess one of the animatronics. See, it all started with Charlotte, Afton's first victim. When she was killed outside of Fredbear's family diner,
Imagine
her
being
soul
killed
found a
and then
new
you become
home
an
in the diner's
animatronic.
security animatronic, this weird, creepy puppet. Or at least that's how it looks to be conveyed in the games.
Looks like
we've
Jigsaw.
said, the series is kind of frustratingly vague when it comes to their lore, but that is what it looks like. And from that point on, the puppet was working behind the scenes, following William Afton around to pick up the pieces he left behind and do what they could to set things right. I'm about to sound a lot like Matt
Oh.
here. As we see in one of FNAF 2's Atari-style minigames, the puppet gives the souls of Afton's victims new life inside of the animatronic suits. So our buddies Freddy,
Oh.
Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, yeah, they're haunted. Way haunted. But wait, that's only 4 animatronics. Didn't Purple Guy kill 5 kids during the missing children's incident? Well, this is where things get a little funky again, because now we're dealing with Golden Freddy's spirit. Or should I say, spirits. So remember the bite of 1983 where the crying child got chomped by the Golden Freddy animatronic? Well, his soul is now inside of Golden Freddy, which, yeah, makes sense. But
So
going
that's his
back
son,
to that FNAF 2 minigame depicting the missing children's incident, in the very last split second, we see a 5th kid followed by a Golden Freddy jump scare. This is Cassidy, the 5th victim of the 1985 missing children's incident and the 2nd spirit haunting the Golden Freddy animatronic. And let me tell you, Cassidy is mad at William Afton. She is out for revenge. Keep a pin in this, it's important.
All this is to say that the FNAF 2 toy animatronics are now most likely haunted by the souls of Afton's most recent victims. You can tell
Oh
because
my
these
God,
guys
that
start
look, he
acting
scared me
way
right
more
there.
aggressive and confrontational towards adults. They're chill around kids, but if you're a grown-up, they'll start giving you the death glare. And they're not programmed to do that. So I'ma say, haunted. They're looking for revenge against William Afton, but on the day of that last birthday party, they get a tad overexcited and attack the daytime security guard, giving them a nice hard chomp on the noggin and removing their entire frontal lobe in what became infamously known as the bite of 87.
Ah,
Happy
so
birthday,
that's the bite of
Tommy.
87.
Needless
Okay.
to say, this gets the new and improved Freddy
So he
Fazbear's
bit somebody's
Pizza
head off pretty
closed
much?
for good. All right, so let's tally things up. By 1987, Fazbear Entertainment has around a dozen dead kids to their name. That's almost one dead kid for every year they've existed. You really think by now they'd decide to call it a day, but nope. These guys decided to give it one more go in 1993. They went back to that first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza location, brought back the original crew, and relaunched the pizzeria feeling just so sure about it this time. But
Bro, like that
surprise,
is
people
like
kinda
how many times they gonna let them open up a restaurant, bro? Like somebody gotta start holding them accountable.
Sorta associate the Fazbear name with dead kids now, so
Thank you, yes.
no one comes to this new restaurant and it
you.
eventually shuts down.
One rainy night, a while after the restaurant closes down and falls into disrepair, William Afton
bringing my
sneaks in
kids
and
there.
starts dismantling the animatronics one by one. Little does he know that those robots got ghosts in them. The souls of his victims are released and they chase Afton down. They corner him in the back room of the pizzeria and Afton starts to panic. But then, and I don't really know why he
No,
would do
this is where
but
we
he
left
runs
off.
over to the Spring Bonnie animatronic suit, the suit he's committed all these murders in, and hops inside. Not sure what that's gonna do against ghosts, but he seems to think it's a smart move. Remember though that these old Springlock suits are super sensitive to moisture. That's what killed the crying child back in 83. And like I said, the pizzeria's been abandoned for a while now. It's pretty run down. And it's raining, so Afton piles into his murder suit, just kind of stands there for a few seconds, and chomp! Spring locks fail,
Damn,
blood
he was
goes
standing in
everywhere,
like a
and
puddle or
William
something.
Afton, stuck inside the Spring Bonnie suit, falls to the ground and dies. Fazbear Entertainment attempts to save face from the now baker's dozen of dead people attached to its name by completely walling off the back room, leaving Afton's body inside and just forgetting about it. We see all this go down during a
Bro,
minigame in
what?
FNAF 3. Also in that game, if you get the good
way
ending,
they
you get
handle
to see the
stuff in
puppet
this
bring cake to a
universe is
table of
crazy.
children. 4 of them in FNAF masks, and one of them crying. The puppet gives the kid cake, they stop crying, they put on a golden Freddy mask, and then they all disappear, leaving the masks behind. The puppet has set the souls free.
Now, you might have noticed that all this stuff we're talking about has next to nothing to do with what you actually do in these games. Sure, you see
wouldn't
some
know.
of this stuff play out in mini-games, but those are side things that are often hidden. If you play these games casually, you may never see a good chunk of these plot-driven mini-games. So how does a purple dude
Bro, that
killing
was- oh my
kids
God,
lead
that
to
would scare the
you
fuck,
as the
bro.
player spending 5 nights at various robot-infested buildings, checking cameras, and avoiding death by robot chicken? Well, that is where William's older son, Michael Afton, comes back into the picture. While all of that was going on, Michael, now an adult, takes it upon himself to try and make up for his dad's crimes. At first, he
How?
was just trying to find his sister, which is a little weird considering the whole, being dead thing.
Yeah,
But
let's-
remember
what
the
do you mean
FNAF
find her?
rule. All kids killed by Afton or his robots go on to possess an animatronic. And the soul of Michael's sister is now living in the very same animatronic that killed her, Circus Baby. And it seems like William Afton knows this because one day, William, the messed up individual he is, went to his son and was like, "Oh, your sister. Yeah, she's over there. Go check it out." So Michael takes a job at Circus Baby's Entertainment and Rentals,
so
as
that's
we
why
see
he
in the
was looking
game's
for her.
sister
Okay.
location. In between avoiding death by face-splitting animatronic, Michael discovers the whole "my dad killed a bunch of kids and their souls are trapped inside these animatronic suits" thing, and decides he has to do something about it.
Unfortunately,
So in sister location, we play as the son, the one that. Correct me if I'm wrong. The son is the same son that was the one playing jokes and stuff on the crying child. This is that son, the one that was yeah, okay, the one that what was it? There was one of the FNAF games where like he's seeing like stuff. I don't remember, but yeah.
Fortunately, while working
I
the
remember
night
y'all
shift
told
at the
me.
storage facility, Michael gets himself scooped, meaning the dude gets his insides ripped out of him by a machine meant to remove animatronic endoskeletons. And then this giant robot named Ennard, created by all the Funtime animatronics literally stitching parts of themselves together, jumps inside of Mike to
Ennard.
use his body as a host. So Michael is
Bro,
now dead.
what?
kinda. He's like partially dead. He just kinda moves on with his life for a while. Robo bits jangling around inside his skin sack as his body slowly rots and turns purple. Oh, now he looks like dear old dad.
Oh, he
Mike
does.
gets progressively worse until one day Ennard's just like, yeah, this place was cool at first, but kinda sucks now. And ejects himself from Michael's body. And Michael is pretty okay with it, actually. Yeah, somehow
what?
he is still alive. Not much else to do, but, you know,
Bro,
keep
Michael
doing what
is
he was
G.
doing before, I guess.
Michael
Michael is a G, bro.
all the various Fazbear locations that popped up over the years, with the goal of setting the souls inside the animatronics free. He lands nighttime security jobs at both the bigger 1987 pizzeria as well as the 1993 pizzeria, but is fired from both for tampering with the animatronics to, you know, save the souls of dead children, and for a general foul odor, because he is in fact a walking corpse. And all this comes to a head in FNAF 3 several
putting,
years
like,
after
makeup
the
on or
final
something?
closing
Like,
of
how are they
Freddy
not seeing
Fazbear's
that?
Pizza. The whole Fazbear name is destroyed, no doubt. But over the years, it became some kind of urban legend. So some random company decides to capitalize on this, creating a haunted house-style horror attraction called Fazbear Frights. The place is all decked out in Freddy Fazbear memorabilia, spooky atmosphere, everything's pee-pee yellow. They went the whole 9 yards with this place, including finding a real Fazbear animatronic salvaged from the walled-off back room of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Oh.
Yeah, William Afton is back.
Yes, him. Oh, nah, he's still alive because I remember in the map hat video he was talking about he was just in there chilling, bro. He's just staying alive.
Baby!
Don't know how that's
Undead,
possible, but-
Rotting, haunting his Spring Bonnie suit, and stalking around Fazbear Frights as the monstrosity we all know as Springtrap. I guess living after death as a rotting purple corpse creature runs in the Afton family, but only after a certain age. Sorry, kids.
So William Afton has been unleashed back unto the world. This could be very bad. Luckily, Fazbear Frights has a nighttime security guard. That's right, it's a family reunion. Father and son back together after all these years. Except now they're both technically dead and the son sets the dad on fire. Yeah!
Wait,
At the end of
does the
FNAF
son
3,
know it's him?
Fazbear Frights burns down with Springtrap still inside, which has to have been Michael trying to finally finish off his dad. But unfortunately for Mike, William Afton,
Always comes back.
he tried his best,
Damn,
but
he didn't die.
somehow, Springtrap is still out there.
But then, totally out of left field, Henry Emily comes back with a plan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
After
about this
doing
dude. He's
literally
still alive?
nothing this entire time, Henry jumps back into the fray by starting his own pizzeria with Michael working as an employee. We see all this happen in
Michael
Freddy
stinks,
Fazbear's
though. Why is
Pizzeria
he hired? He
Simulator.
literally
But
stinks.
beyond all the arcade games and googly eyes, Henry's Pizzeria is actually just a front to gather up the last few haunted animatronics and set their souls to rest. And weirdly enough, the animatronics have changed over the years. Circus Baby was apparently kicked out of the Ennard crew, now taking the form of Scrap Baby. What's left of Ennard
Scrap
has now
Baby.
taken the form of Molten Freddy. The puppet's still kicking around as this bear called Lefty. And of course, there's Springtrap. Not much different about it, it's just Springtrap. Once the gang's all together, they're all incinerated, including Michael, and we hear the voice of Henry
Wait,
saying
Michael
his
got
final
incinerated
goodbye
too?
to the lost souls, his daughter, and his old business partner. But hey, would you look at that? William Afton is still alive. Okay,
Wait,
how the heck
how?
does this dude keep cheating death?
Well, that's all thanks
Wait a minute, how?
Always
Didn't he
there's
say they got all...
Springtrap.
Hold
The
up.
puppet's still kicking around as this bear called Lefty, and of course, there's Springtrap. Not much different about it, it's just
Yeah.
Springtrap. Once the gang's all together, they're all incinerated, including Michael, and we hear the voice of Henry saying his final goodbye to the lost souls, his daughter, and his old business partner. But hey, would you look at that? William
How?
Afton is still alive.
That motherfucker just tanking
how the
shit,
heck does
bro.
this dude keep cheating death?
Well, that's
He
all
just
thanks to
tanking
Cassidy,
shit.
the vengeful spirit haunting Golden Freddy alongside the crying child.
Yeah.
She's been out for revenge ever since the 1985 missing children's incident. And when I say revenge, I mean she wants to make him suffer. Just killing him off isn't enough. And at this point, William Afton should be dead several times over. Dude got impaled from all angles and burned to death twice. So, physically, he's not really that much of a threat anymore, but Cassidy keeps him alive to torture him, forcing him to live through a never-ending barrage of animatronic horror in his mind as we see in FNAF Custom Night. But that's just half the story, because now there's two William Aftons.
Oh my god. Okay. follow
Nah,
me
this
on
dude is crazy.
Many years after all the tragedies of the Fazbear franchise occur, Scott Cawthon, some random unnamed video game developer who is not Scott Cawthon, the real.
So obviously this dude is telling me everything, right? So when I go back to the Map Pat series, am I gonna learn some stuff that I didn't learn here? Because like, yeah, he's saying all this, but it is kind of vague. So is Matt Pat gonna go a little bit more like in depth for like? Okay, bet. Yeah. Okay, I'm down for that.
Creator of Five Nights at Freddy's started making a bunch of horror games based on the stories of the Fazbear tragedies. Yep, FNAF is officially going full meta on us now. Not Cawthon's games become really popular, and Fazbear Entertainment is getting pretty ticked at the bad name the games are giving their company, bro. As if they weren't already giving themselves a bad name. So they decide to fight fire with fire, no pun intended, creating their own VR horror game as a way of poking fun at themselves, discrediting Not Cawthon, saving a bit of face, and cashing in on their own messed up past while they're at it. But as it turns out, while making the game, the dev team used a few pieces of code found on some old Fazbear Entertainment hard drives. And in that code, somehow, was a digital replication of William Afton's consciousness. Yeah, we're going there.
What?
This code manifested itself in game as Glitchtrap, a yellow...
Wait, what? Wait, are they trying to say that like? I'm kind of confused. I'm gonna, in the comments. I'm gonna need you to clear this up a little bit. But are they trying to say that like they created a game in real life, and by creating that game, they recreated Afton in the FNAF universe? Or something like that's what I got from that. I don't know.
Bunny mascot with purple eyes who, over the course of the game, brainwashed multiple beta testers to become little William Aftons in training. All right, this is getting a little far-fetched, right? But it doesn't stop there. In the FNAF VR DLC, Curse of Dreadbear, we see this whole William AI Afton mind-melding thing really take shape with Vanny, a reluctant follower of William Afton. We've not seen much of Vanny yet, but we know that she's someone who's played FNAF VR, was brainwashed by Afton, and is now working for him. Also, she wears a creepy bunny mascot costume just like Glitchtrap. And it's looking like Vanny is about to become a very important player.
This is like
FNAF
fourth
story.
wall breaking.
Sometime in the near future, we're going to be getting ourselves the newest FNAF game, Security Breach.
It's bigger, it's badder, it's constantly getting delayed. It's Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
So this is before this came out. I
think it looks really good. And if the trailers and teasers are anything to go by, which they should be, in this game, you're being hunted down by a killer bunny mascot with a woman's voice. That's Vanny. And until we see what all Security Breach brings to the table, that is where the story of Five Nights at Freddy's leaves off. I know, it kind of feels like we just took...
then the Matt Pat video, I'm pretty sure it came out after Security Breach. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to stop there for this at least. Okay, so that was the Foot of a Ferret, I guess, FNAF breakdown, whatever y'all told me. Y'all saw the video in the last one. Y'all like, yo, stop the Matt Pat one. You should go watch this. It seems like you don't know anything. You're right. I didn't know anything. So this kind of cleared up some stuff. But now we're going to head back to the Matt Pat. We're going to watch part 2, part 3, part 4. And then from there, we should understand most of the FNAF lore. And then maybe from there, we get into the games. But if y'all made it this far, make sure you leave a like. I would appreciate the support on this. Subscribe if you're new. The Matt Pat part 2 video should be coming out soon, and yeah, we'll just keep on going with it. But this did definitely help a lot. I appreciate y'all recommending this. But if you made it this far, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brighten up your entire week. So, with that being said, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.